Well, hello everybody out there in video blog world. I think this is process video 100. I don't know, I'm making it up. I originally started this series because a friend of mine said that it would really benefit a lot of people. And every time I try to stop these, someone messages me I didn't know was watching and tells me that they're impacted by them. So we're going to make another attempt at this. Process. I think that the greatest message that I carry is grace for the process. I feel like in a body of Christ, in a world where everything is instantaneous, it's really hard to be the one that's in process for healing, for life. And I feel like when like right now, all of my friends abroad, in this country, everywhere, it feels like they just need to be told there's grace for process, that God's got this, that He has a purpose for your life and not just a plan, and that He has a billion plans to get you to your purpose. And I feel like every time I dialogue with God lately, God's been like, relax kid, I've got this. If there was one universal theme that I would tell the body right now, is God's got this. Even in the midst of Orlando and in the midst of fear and foreboding, Sunday was tragic for our nation, but there was also a personal attack on a family friend of mine that a friend died, and then another friend of mine called me saying their friends were in danger. There's stuff everywhere. We always have a choice in this life to choose what we're going to do, how we're going to react. And every time I sit down with Papa about everything going on, about personal struggles, about my friends' struggles, he just keeps telling me, tell them there's grace and that I've got this. And it's important for us to know that He's got this. I find God's way of talking, His sense of humor, incredibly funny. And He knows us so well. And I say that because the other day I was dialoguing with God. And for those of you Harry Potter nerds out there who aren't offended by the theme, God started talking to me and quoting from Harry Potter. I was really concerned about what's going on in my life, about my finances, about where I'm supposed to be in my life. And God said to me, He began to quote Harry Potter, I think it's book 5, for those of you who've read them, about a time when Harry realized that he was a danger to those around him because of the mark on his life. The enemy wanted to take him out. And I felt like that so much of my life. I'm like, God, I'm actually a burden to people. The calling of my life or the issue on my life is actually hurting people. And he began to run away. And one of the paintings talking Harry Potter, for those who haven't read it, he said, that's right, you run away because following Dumbledore's instructions has ever led you into danger. Did you ever think that maybe you don't know everything and that it's okay and that there's actually things you don't know? And God spoke to me and He said, for the most part, I've told you, I've asked you, answered every question you've asked me. But sometimes there comes a time when you don't need to know all the answers, and you don't need to know what's going on. You just need to trust that when I tell you something, it's not going to lead you into danger. And the reason why I was frustrated with Him is because He won't tell me how He's going to fix my life, how He's going to fix me in the process. And sometimes it's like, hey, you just need to know I've got this. And so for those of you out there who God isn't answering sometimes, maybe you just need to realize and relax that maybe the point that He's trying to make to you is that you don't need to know. You don't need to know how He's going to fix you. You don't need to know how it's going to work out. You just need to lay back on His chest and be a son and be a daughter and let Him love you really well.